Chapter 1. The Call of the Uncharted. In a world where every mystery seemed solved, every corner mapped, and every secret unearthed, the Antarctic stood as the final frontier. This vast, icy wilderness, untouched and untamed, whispered of the unknown, of legends and myths that defied the modern age. It was here, against the backdrop of this formidable expanse, that Ellis Clapham, known among his crew as Whale Eye, sought to etch his name into the annals of exploration. Ellis was not an ordinary man, nor was he driven by the fame that had motivated so many before him. His eyes, as blue as the very ice that sprawled endlessly before him, held a depth that seemed almost otherworldly. It was said that he could spot a whale's spout from leagues away, a skill that earned him his nickname and the respect of every seafarer who knew of him. But it was not just the whales that called to him. It was the Antarctic itself, a siren song that beckoned him toward its icy heart. The HMS Odyssey, a vessel that had weathered storms and conquered seas, now faced its greatest challenge. Its wooden frame, seasoned by salt and time, creaked and groaned as it cut through the icy waters of the Southern Ocean. The crew aboard her were a rugged, fearless lot, each man a veteran of the sea, each man drawn to this perilous journey by the promise of adventure and the allure of the unknown. As the Odyssey pushed further into the Antarctic's embrace, the crew felt a palpable shift in the air. The cold bit deeper, the silence grew heavier, and the world around them seemed to hold its breath. Ellis stood at the helm, his gaze fixed on the horizon, his mind attuned to the whispers of the wind and the tales it carried. The Antarctic was more than a place. It was a living, breathing entity, guarding its secrets with a cold, unyielding fist. The legends of the Antarctic were many, tales of lost civilizations, of ancient creatures that lurked beneath the ice, of phantoms that roamed the endless night. Among these tales was one that had captivated Ellis since he was a boy, the legend of the Ningen. Said to be giants of the sea, humanoid in form but belonging to the depths, the Ningen were a myth that blurred the lines between the known and the unknowable. It was under the cloak of the Antarctic night, illuminated by the ethereal glow of the aurora australis, that the Odyssey ventured deeper into the heart of the unknown. The crew, wrapped in their furs, watched the skies with a mix of fear and fascination. The southern lights, with their haunting beauty, seemed to dance just for them, a celestial spectacle that marked the beginning of their journey into myth. Ellis, with his whale-eye gaze, looked beyond the lights, beyond the ice, into the depths of the Antarctic's soul. He knew that the true journey was not one of distance, but of discovery. The world had not given up all its secrets, not yet. And as the Odyssey sailed on, cutting through the icy silence, the stage was set for an encounter that would forever change the course of their lives. The Antarctic awaited, its mysteries shrouded in ice and shadow, its secrets guarded by the very essence of the unknown. For Ellis and his crew, the journey was not just into the heart of the ice, but into the very fabric of reality itself. What lay ahead was a testament to the enduring call of the uncharted, a reminder that some frontiers were not meant to be conquered, but understood. As the Odyssey ventured further, the anticipation amongst the crew grew. They were on the cusp of the unknown, at the edge of the world, where the map ended and legend began. Ellis Clapham, with his eyes set firmly on the horizon, knew that this journey would be his legacy. He was not just chasing the tales of old, but seeking a truth that lay hidden beneath the ice, a truth that called to him, deep and resonant, like the whale song that echoed in the depths of his soul. Chapter 2. Whispers of the Deep. The Antarctic night, a realm where the sun dared not tread for months at a time, held a beauty that was both haunting and mesmerizing. The stars, unobstructed by the light pollution of distant cities, shone with an intensity that seemed almost otherworldly. But it was the aurora australis, with its cascades of green, purple and blue, that truly captivated the soul. It was under this celestial light show that the Odyssey sailed deeper into the heart of the unknown, its crew silent, each man lost in his thoughts and the eerie beauty of their surroundings. Ellis Clapham, whale-eye, stood at the bow, his gaze piercing the darkness ahead. His crew, seasoned by countless voyages, sensed a change in him. The man who had always seemed to know where the whales danced and where the sea was kindest, now looked beyond the physical world. There was a longing in his eyes, a yearning for something that lay hidden beneath the ice, beneath the waves, in the spaces between the stars. The legend of the Ningen, once a mere whisper among the crew, had grown into a chorus of curiosity and fear. Tales of these giants of the deep, humanoid in form but belonging to the ocean, had been dismissed by many as the fanciful tales of bored sailors. Yet as the Odyssey ventured further into the icy wilderness, the line between myth and reality began to blur. The cold, unyielding ice seemed to guard its secrets jealously, and the ocean, vast and mysterious, whispered of wonders and horrors in equal measure. It was on a night like no other, with the aurora painting the sky in hues of magic, that the Odyssey's journey took a turn into the annals of legend. The sea, calm and reflective as a mirror, suddenly stirred. A silence, profound and unsettling, fell upon the crew. The world seemed to hold its breath, and then, as if emerging from a dream, the Ningen appeared. The creature was luminous, its form ethereal, as though it was made of the very ice that surrounded them. It towered over the Odyssey, its eyes deep pools of wisdom and sorrow. The sight of it struck a chord in the hearts of the crew, a mix of awe and primal fear. This was no mere animal, it was a being of the sea, a guardian of its deepest secrets. Ellis, undaunted by the creature's imposing presence, felt an inexplicable connection. The Ningen, with its humanoid form and otherworldly aura, seemed to speak to him, not in words, but in a language of the soul. It was a communion of minds, a sharing of knowledge that transcended human understanding. The crew watched, spellbound, as their captain stood at the edge of the known world, face to face with a legend. The Ningen, its gaze locked with Ellis's, conveyed a message of profound depth. It spoke of the interconnectedness of all things, of the illusion of separation between man and nature, between reality and myth. The Antarctic, with its unyielding ice and hidden depths, was a keeper of truths, a guardian of secrets that humanity was not yet ready to understand. This encounter, brief yet eternal, ended as suddenly as it had begun. The Ningen, with a grace that belied its size, slipped back into the depths, leaving behind a trail of luminescent water, a sign of its passage through the mortal world. The crew of the Odyssey, forever changed by what they had witnessed, knew that their journey had taken on a new dimension. They were no longer mere explorers. They were participants in a story that bridged the gap between the known and the unknowable. As the Odyssey continued its voyage, the night slowly gave way to the pale light of the Antarctic dawn. The stars faded, but the memory of the Ningen, of its message and its majesty, remained etched in the minds of Ellis and his crew. They had sailed into legend, into a realm where myths were born, and in doing so, they had discovered that the greatest mysteries were not those that lay hidden beneath the ice, but those that resided within themselves. Chapter 3. A Revelation Amongst the Ice. As the Odyssey sailed away from the encounter with the Ningen, the world around them seemed to have shifted. The icebergs, towering like silent sentinels of the deep, glowed with a new light, and the sea, once a dark expanse of unfathomable depths, now appeared as a canvas of endless possibilities. The crew, still reeling from the encounter, found themselves caught between disbelief and awe. Ellis, however, stood apart, a man transformed. The communion with the Ningen had bestowed upon him a revelation, a glimpse into the interconnected fabric of the universe. This revelation was not simply an understanding of the physical world, but a profound insight into the nature of existence itself. The Ningen, through its silent communion, had revealed the holographic principle of the universe, a concept that every part contains the whole, that time and space are illusions, mere constructs of a deeper, more fundamental reality. To Ellis, this was more than a scientific theory. It was a spiritual awakening, a realization that the very essence of life was woven with threads of interconnectedness. The days that followed were a journey not just through the icy waters of the Antarctic, but through the realms of possibility. Ellis found himself contemplating the nature of reality, of consciousness itself. The world, as he had known it, had been irrevocably altered. The lines between myth and truth, between the tangible and the unseen, had blurred, leaving him in a state of wonder and existential contemplation. The crew observed their captain's transformation with a mix of curiosity and concern. The man who had led them into the heart of the unknown now seemed himself to be navigating uncharted territories of the mind and soul. Conversations amongst the crew turned to whispered speculations, to questions about the nature of their journey and the secrets that lay hidden beneath the ice. Ellis, aware of the growing unrest among his men, struggled to articulate the depth of his experience. How could he convey the magnitude of his revelation, the understanding that the universe was far more intricate and interconnected than they could ever imagine? The Ningen's message, profound and transformative, was a truth that transcended language, a knowledge that could only be felt, not explained. In an effort to bridge the gap between his experience and the crew's understanding, Ellis began to share his insights, to weave the tale of their encounter into a narrative that spoke of unity and the illusion of separation. He spoke of the Antarctic not as a desolate wasteland of ice, but as a keeper of secrets, a place where the veil between worlds was thin, where the mysteries of the universe whispered in the winds and danced in the auroral lights. The Odyssey's journey became a metaphor for the voyage of discovery that each man was undertaking, not just outwardly, into the icy wilderness, but inwardly, into the depths of their own being. The revelation of the holographic universe, of the interconnectedness of all things, became a catalyst for reflection, for re-evaluating the nature of their expedition and their understanding of the world. As the ship carved its path through the ice, Ellis and his crew found themselves at the crossroads of history and legend, of science and spirituality. The Antarctic, with its stark beauty and hidden depths, served as the backdrop for a journey of enlightenment, a pilgrimage into the heart of the cosmic mystery. The revelation bestowed by the Ningen, far from being a mere encounter with a creature of myth, was a key to unlocking the greater mysteries of existence, a reminder that the universe was not a collection of separate entities, but a symphony of interconnected life. Chapter 4. The Legacy of the Odyssey. As the Odyssey made its way back towards civilization, the Antarctic continent receding into the horizon, the world it returned to seemed smaller, somehow less significant than the vast, uncharted wilderness they had left behind. The journey back was marked not by the anticipation of discovery, but by a reflective introspection, a collective processing of the profound experiences they had encountered. Ellis Clapham, once a captain on a mission of exploration, now felt more like a guardian of secrets, a bearer of truths too vast to fully comprehend. The encounter with the Ningen and the revelation of the holographic nature of the universe had fundamentally altered their perception of reality. The crew, once a group of hardened seamen, were now voyagers of the mind, each man wrestling with the implications of their experiences. They had set out in search of new territories, only to discover that the greatest uncharted lands were those within their own understanding. Upon their return, the tale of their journey was met with skepticism and disbelief. The scientific community, entrenched in its empirical view of the world, dismissed their accounts as the fanciful exaggerations of men too long at sea. Yet there were those, a select few, who heard in Ellis's story something that resonated, a truth that echoed in the depths of their own souls. Ellis found himself at a crossroads, caught between the world of conventional exploration and the realm of mystical revelation. He knew that the true significance of their journey could not be captured in the pages of a report or the lines of a map. The legacy of the Odyssey was not to be found in the physical discoveries they had made, but in the shift in consciousness that their journey represented. In the years that followed, Ellis retreated from the public eye, the fame and recognition that had once seemed inevitable now holding little allure. He dedicated himself to writing, to attempting to articulate the inexpressible nature of their experiences. His writings, a blend of narrative and philosophy, spoke of the interconnectedness of all things, of the illusion of separation, and of the profound truth that lay in recognizing the unity of existence. The crew of the Odyssey, each in their own way, carried forward the legacy of their journey. Some returned to the sea, their voyages forever colored by the knowledge they had gained. Others found themselves drawn to different paths, their lives taking turns they could never have anticipated, yet all were united by a bond that transcended the ordinary, a shared experience that had opened their eyes to the mysteries of the cosmos. The legend of Ellis Clapham and the Ningen became a touchstone for those who sought to explore the boundaries between science and spirituality, between the known and the unknowable. The Odyssey's journey, once dismissed as a mere footnote in the history of exploration, came to be recognized as a pioneering voyage into the realms of consciousness and reality. As the years passed, the tale of the Odyssey and its encounter with the Ningen took on a life of its own, a myth that spoke to the eternal human quest for understanding and connection. It stood as a testament to the courage to explore not just the physical frontiers of the world, but the deeper frontiers of the self and the universe. Ellis's writings, though never achieving widespread acclaim, became cherished by a select few as a beacon of light, a guide to navigating the complexities of existence. His insights into the holographic nature of reality, inspired by the silent wisdom of the Ningen, offered a vision of a world where everything was connected, where every moment contained the entirety of time and space, and where every individual was an integral part of the cosmic whole. The legacy of the Odyssey was, in the end, a message of hope and unity. It was a reminder that beyond the ice, beyond the furthest reaches of the earth, lay not just the unknown, but the possibility of a deeper understanding of the very nature of existence. It was a call to look beyond the surface, to explore not just the world around us, but the limitless landscapes within, and to recognize that in the vast, mysterious tapestry of the universe, we are all connected, each of us a thread in the ever-unfolding story of life.
In the grip of ice and whispering snow, Ellis and his crew where nomads go, seeking secrets where the cold winds blow. In the Antarctic glow, sail away on the Odyssey's night, under auroras in the ghostly light. with Will-I, Ellis, and the sea's might. They found an engine's sight. A tale of sea and mystery deep and wide, where myths dwell and the brave abide. In Dublin's heart, this song we confide, of the journey and the tide. Sail away, on the Odyssey's night, under auroras in the ghostly light. With Will-I, Ellis, and the sea's might, they found an engine's sight.
We are the Story Brothers, and we thank you so much for listening. We very much appreciate you. Our journey is all about exploring what we can do with storytelling and AI. With an abundance of stories, ideas, and topics to explore, the big question is, how far can we take them with generative AI by our side? Please share if you like what you hear. Stay tuned for more excitement and adventure coming your way very soon. Cheers!